So, do you have any like favorite phrases that you use often, or maybe you practicing lately?
Yeah, it's something I use every week. Or どういう意味ですか？ビルはどこで買いますか？えー、
Mm-hmm.
let's see. もう一度言ってもらえますか？
Yep.
どこに旅行行ったことありますか？
Oh, that's amazing.
Feel like learning Japanese is too damn hard for you? Stop slaving away at grammar, words, and spelling. Now there's a better way to learn how to speak Japanese like a normal guy. Welcome to Terumi's podcast. Let's learn Japanese in just 2 months with Terumi's learning method.
Hi, Sean. Welcome to my YouTube channel. How you feel?
Hey, I feel great. Thank you for having me.
Amazing. So my listeners don't know you, at all. So that's why, can you introduce yourself? Like, where you from? What do you do?
Sure. My name is Sean Fontanez. I'm originally from New York. Uh, I was in the Marine Corps not too long ago. Recently got out and then got a contracting job with Lockheed Martin. But I fell in love with Japan when I was stationed here. So I've always wanted to come here ever since I was a child, and now I got to live my dream and come here and work here and stuff. Now the only problem is I didn't know how to speak Japanese, so meeting friends and communicating with the locals out in town, I didn't realize it, but it completely dampened my experience here, and I really wanted to get out there and kind of talk to the locals, make friends, and just have a normal life in Japan. And it's been with JLF just an amazing experience, kind of coming out here and kind of just learning the tools to kind of go out there and make friends.
Amazing. Thank you. So since when you're a child, you already liked Japan. Like, why? Like, what do you know about Japan when you're a child?
So it's really cool. So I'm a huge sports guy. So I've always grew up watching baseball and football, and one of those guys that I kind of fell in love with was since I was in New York was Matsui and Ichiro and
Really?
all those guys, and I just seen how passionate they were about sports and just baseball in general, and it just interests me just the passion behind those players and stuff like that. And then I just learned how big baseball was in Japan, that was one of the things. And then another anime and pop culture and all those things kind of really pulled me in. And to this day, I still enjoy those things.
That's amazing. Do you remember like what was the first feeling when you just arrived in Japan? Like first 1 month, 2 months?
Yeah, so my first time here in Japan was back in I want to say March of 2017. So I've been here for quite a bit, but I still remember the first time getting off the plane and just the complete culture shock of like just walking in and hearing a completely different language and seeing signs all over the place, and it was overwhelming. Had one kid at the time and my wife, and they kind of just looking at me like where to go, and so it was a complete culture shock. But everybody here was so friendly, and they spoke enough English to help me kind of get by. And I've always appreciated that. Just Japanese people entirely have just been nothing but helpful and happy people in my experience. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the sign is totally like Japanese kanji, right? And I think
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of actually foreigners think it's, oh, if I don't learn Japanese, it's gonna be very difficult to live there or even communicate with people. So what do you think like after many years like living in Japan?
So, me coming from the military background and being stuck on a military installation, you get kind of really drawn into the expat community. So I feel like a lot of people kind of see just a small a piece of Japan or only experience it because they attach themselves to this expat community and that's all they know. They don't branch out. Um, but I wanted something different. I knew Japan had so much more to offer, and that's why I kind of wanted to get out there and learn the language and interact with people and just and see like the little nuances of Japan that the expat community doesn't really know about.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Amazing. And so you start learning Japanese with us, but it's before joining our Japan language factory, like what you have done for learning Japanese. Maybe you have studied in the States too because you liked anime. So can you tell me your study experience?
Yeah, so when I was in the States and kid, I was a terrible student. So like just learning has just been unless it's something I've been extremely interested in and I feel like my attention span was just never quite there. I've had dyslexia in the past, so I've just had horror shows of just kind of like learning and just cramming information and stuff like that. It's never been for me. And then I kind of found a teacher in high school, and then she kind of like pointed me in the right direction and taught me how to study, and I actually started to enjoy it. So it wasn't kind of until my later senior year, maybe a little bit of college, that I really started to enjoy learning. But by then I was already working and trying to learn how to kind of be an adult in life. So I kind of pushed myself away and focused on my job and things like that, and kind of got away from the things that I really, really wanted to do for myself. So learning Japanese has been a breath of fresh air because this is the stuff that I've always wanted to do, but now I'm actually doing it. I've tried Duolingo in the past and other things, and I feel like I learned it for a while. I get bored and kind of go away because it's just you're pretty much talking to yourself. You don't have anybody to communicate or get any feedback from, so you don't know if it's really, really sinking in until you go out there and actually try to use it.
Yeah, I understand. So you have done some Duolingo, but also kind of you had experience in learning something. It was like a kind of hard for like spelling, like you mentioned you had a dyslexia. And so those actually kind of experiences stopping you to learn this one of the most difficult language, Japanese, right?
Yeah, it was kind of terrifying at first. It felt like I would never learn the language, or it was just so difficult and well above me and stuff like that, and why try kind of thing. And then I met a couple of friends out in town that were just a bunch of really, really cool people, but I felt like I would have a deeper connection with those guys if I actually kind of knew the language and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So you actually joining our Japan language factory, we said that you don't need to do any spelling. You don't need to even do the writing. You don't need to actually learn the alphabet. You can just speak today. So it was a very different approach. So what was this experience? And now you're actually joining almost 3, 4 months. How was that
yeah,
experience?
yeah, it's been great. I mean, I credit my experience, my awesome experiences to Isan. I mean, she's just been an amazing teacher for me. She's extremely patient, which I appreciate the most. There'll be times where I feel like I'm kind of regressing, or I'm not progressing as fast as I want to. And she's just been nothing but encouraging and kind of putting me in a positive mindset where I want to come back and I'm excited for the next week, and makes me want to study to kind of like show to her that all the effort she's putting into me, that I can kind of push back and show her that, hey, I'm moving forward. So I really appreciate all the time and energy she's put into me.
Amazing. And then, so what do you think? What do you think? Like, people actually can't believe, like, how are you gonna learn this most difficult language, Japanese, and without the spelling, without textbook? Like, how are you gonna learn? So, can you like actually tell through your actual experience, like, what is the differences between like actual like study with a textbook, like compared to this our learning structure? If you tell the differences, what do you think? What is the differences?
Yeah, I think there's a huge difference, right? So I've used Duolingo, I've tried Genki textbooks, I've tried Mina no Nihongo, the workbook and stuff like that. And they're all great textbooks, but I feel like there wasn't enough input output. There wasn't enough talking and engaging and getting feedback and stuff like that. There was little CDs and stuff, but there was nobody to encourage you to use those CDs. And I wasn't very self-motivating. I probably could have been successful if I used those for a long time, but I wanted results now. I wanted to see my progress and use it. I guess the biggest difference was for me is coming, setting my priorities and my goals, and then working towards those goals, and then getting immediate feedback from Isan. Hey, that's right what you said, but that's more casual if you say it this way. And I was just verbatim, like repeating what I saw in a textbook, you know. So I didn't want to sound like a robot. So it was good to get that feedback to kind of be like, hey, this is how a normal person would say it, and not a robot, you know. So it was cool in that aspect.
Amazing. So like you are father also, right? Like you're a man live in Japan, but also your father and as family and as you of the man live in Japan. Do you have any expectation?
Yeah, so I guess the new goal is anyways is to make friends, lifetime friends that I can continue to come back to Japan and visit. Um, I'm gonna work in Japan for a while, so I think I have another year and a half here in Iwakuni. And then I want to go up to Masawa or Chitose, and then apply for jobs up there and continue doing my IT thing. So
Oh.
I fell in love with this place, and me and my family we're not ready to leave yet.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. And then your children, like, is learning Japanese, or like how they spend time in Japan?
So they're not learning Japanese yet. I mean, it's so crazy how fast kids pick up a language, though.
Mm.
My youngest son, he's 4, and he kind of goes to a babysitter. It's one of our neighbors out here. She's Japanese, and she
Oh,
watches our
amazing.
kid. And every time he comes home, like he has like a new phrase or something that he learned, and he'll be like, "Hey, Dad, this means this in Japanese." And I'm just like, "How do you how do you know that, man?" So
That's
and
amazing.
yeah, it's awesome. It's really cool. I like Japan, and my kids, my wife, we're gonna be here for a little bit.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, like, if at the end, do you have any message to the people who want to learn Japanese but maybe struggling to learn? Like, they don't know what to start. Should I start from hiragana? Should I start from kanji? Should I start from grammar? Maybe I should use Duolingo. I'm sure a lot of people want to learn. So, do you have any message to the people who want to learn but cannot start up? What is the advice from you?
Yes. So that's great. I guess my advice would be just dive in. Take it in little chunks. You don't need to learn everything in a day. Um, 15 minutes a day, kind of just input, listening, and like you said in all of your lessons is kind of just try and repeat it. You might not be the perfect pronunciation or whatever the case is listening and then trying your best to imitate what you hear. Um, and that's been beneficial to me. I didn't realize because before I was just reading, and in my head I was just saying, and I thought I was taking it in, but it really wasn't settling the way I needed to. Whenever I needed to recall it, I couldn't say it out loud because I've never actually said it. So I think that's been a huge change in the way I've been learning, is just diving in, doing my best, and kind of laughing at myself a little bit. Learn how to laugh at yourself whenever you make a mistake, and just roll with the punches. You're not going to be perfect at first. Make those mistakes, learn from them, and then just be open to criticism. People are going to come out there, they're going to say, listen, you said it wrong, but it was almost right. Try using this. I think one of the hardest words I was trying to say is uh, hataraiteimasu,
Mm-hmm.
like to work. And I think Ai-san was saying, "Here, break it up like this," and it just made so much sense. For some reason, the Spanish in me just wanted to roll the R. So hataraiteimasu. So
Yeah.
it was difficult for me, but I feel way more confident in the way I approach my speaking now than I did in previous 4 or 5 months ago. So.
Are you expat? Live in Japan? You started living in Japan, you're super excited to communicate with locals. You can enjoy traveling, meeting people. And then you start using this textbook and you feel like, wow, that's so many. Elementary school textbook, another elementary school textbook, and how many hours should you study? Let's think one more time. In order to communicate like a normal guy, you can do everything in the basic everyday life. Should you finish all those textbooks? Otherwise, you won't understand what they're talking. You cannot express yourself, anything. First of all, there are always two ways to learn languages. One is documentational language, the other one is conversational language. It's like, once upon a time, grandmother and grandfather are living somewhere. Or, hey, what's up? How's it going? Which is conversational. What is the most effective way to learn how to speak Japanese? Textbooks can't talk to you, so you cannot improve your listening skill and pronunciation, how to communicate. So why Japanese children can speak Japanese so quickly? Because they are learning conversational Japanese. The good news is In Japan Language Factory, we have a specific learning structure to improve your conversational Japanese. So you can join the conversation, you can understand what they're talking, you can respond quickly, and express what you are thinking. If you want to be able to speak Japanese as soon as possible, join our free consultation to figure out what is the fastest way to start speaking Japanese.